Okay, in the previous program we have seen method overloading. Can we do constructor overloading? Before that, what is constructor? uh, Constructor is a piece of code which have the same name as the class name. The constructor will be executed whenever an object is created. Here we are creating object for the class box as new box of 10 comma 20. Whenever we create an object, the constructor will be executed. Here we have written two constructors which will have the same name as the class. Here the class name is box, so we need to define the constructor with the same name as class and box. For this constructor we are declaring two double arguments, double L and double W. Generally a constructor is used to initialize the instance variables. The variables declared under the class are called instance variables. See this, the double length and double width are declared inside the class. This doesn't belong to any specific method. This belongs to the class called box. So whenever we create object, we are creating object for the class box by passing the values 10 and 20. Here we are passing two values, so the constructor with two integer arguments will be invoked like this. What the L value will be 10 and the W will be 20, which are passed while creating the object 10 and 20. And we are going to assign this L to the instance variable, the variable declared in the class length. See, this length represents the instance variable length. Okay, and we want to initialize this W with the instance variable width. See this width represents the instance variable width. So both the instance variables length and width will be initialized with 10 and 20. So the object which is going to be created is initialized with the given values 10 and 20. Okay, the object which is going to be created is initialized with 10 and 20. So for the new object, the length and width are 10 and 20. Okay, for that object, how to refer this newly created object? We should have some reference, right? Okay, that reference is rectangle. Here the object created is of type class box, so we are going to use a reference variable for the newly created object. Okay, let's repeat it again. Using the new keyword, we have created a object for the class box. Okay, we are passing values 10 comma 20. So whenever an object is created, the constructor will be executed. Here we are passing two values, so the constructor with two integer arguments will be invoked, where L will be initialized with 20, W with L with 10 and W with 20. And for this new object instance variables length, we are making it as 10, and for the newly object being created, we are making its width is 20. Okay, the object is created, and using this constructor we have also initialized the instance variables, and finally we are storing the object reference into the reference variable rectangle. Okay, in the next statement we are again creating object for the class box. Okay, good, but here we are passing only one integer argument. So what will happen is the constructor with a single integer argument will be invoked. Okay, here we have a second constructor with single argument of type double L. Okay, okay. uh, Whenever this constructor is called with 10, the second constructor with double L will be invoked, and we are going to initialize the length variable of second object with the given value 10. Okay, new object is created whose length is initialized with 10, and the second object is referred using the reference variable square. Okay. Along with that, in the class box we have two instance variables length width and two constructors with first constructor with two double arguments and the second constructor with a single double argument. Along with the constructors we have two methods, area, rectangle. The area rectangle will return the area as length into width. What return statement will do? This return statement will return the result value. This length and width both are of type double. Their multiplication will also result in a double value, so the return type should be declared as double. Okay. Now we have another method called square. For square, both the sides will be of same value, right? So we have initialized with only one value 10, so that we can calculate area as length into length. Here length is also a double type, so length into length will result in a double value, so the return type is specified as double. Here we are calling rectangle dot area rectangle. This rectangle refers to an object which is initialized with 10 and 20, and we are calling area rectangle, which will return length into width, which are 10 into 20. The value will be 200. And in the next statement we are calling square dot area square. How this what this square points to? This square points to second object. For the second object we have passed only one value which is initialized with the length variable, right? Okay, what in area square we are going to do is we are multiplying length with length only, so 10 into 10 will be 100, and we are returning 100, which will be printed here. Square dot area square will print 100. Let's see the output. Okay, area of rectangle is length into width 10 into 20, 200. Area of square is 10 into 10, which is 10.